Good morning. I wanted to thank everybody for watching another one of my videos. I'm going to try to make them a little bit more consistent, maybe like once a week. I'm going to try to do one, try to give you the goings on from the week. Unfortunately, I have a lot of stuff to get caught up on as far as the videos to give you guys information on. So I'm just going to kind of go through the last week. I'm out in my garage, in my makeshift Amazon garage that I purchased, put in my backyard. And it's pretty decent. Living in, relatively nice area. So you'd think it would look crappy, and it actually doesn't. It looks like you'd have it looks like you'd have a tent for like a party or something like that. That's what it kind of looks like, and it's kind of on my driveway in the back. You can't see it, but yeah, this thing is great too. So the title of this video would probably be "You Can't Drive One of These Cars as a Daily Driver," and if you're new, couple things. I have about as much knowledge making videos as I do about classic or vintage cars, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit on some of this stuff. It's new to me too. I'm probably just like you, somebody who wanted to get into it, but maybe you finally took the leap. So can you drive one of these as a daily driver? So I have two cars now. I have a Mercedes W126, a 91 300 SEL, and I just bought a Mercedes 1976 280S, which is a carbureted car. Very cool car. So, and I'm smoking the CAO. This is the old Sopranos blend, the original Sopranos blend CAO that you can actually still get now. You can't get the Sopranos edition, but you can get the original blend now from CAO. So, okay, well, you can't drive one of these as a daily driver. I really think that's kind of true. You can't. And the reason being is, little things happen. Things go wrong with them. So what has gone wrong this week? My daughter went out. We went to the car wash. My daughter got out of the car, straightened up the hood ornament, and it fell off her hand. Big deal? No, not a big deal. It's not going to keep me from driving the car. Then my son's door latch, when he shut the door, like it was locking, like you couldn't open it, but there was a lot of play and a lot of wiggle on it. So I had to figure out what the deal was with that, what was going on. So, you start, first thing you start doing is go to the web, go to the forum, start watching YouTube videos, and then you'll find a lot of this stuff is relatively simple to fix. The problem is everything takes time. So you have to, figure out what's the problem with this lock, and then you realize it's just like the little hinge inside that just is not doing the second safety latch. You're like, okay, it's safe, it's not going to pop open, I can technically run the kids down to the corner. But yeah, so it's like you spend a day or two trying to figure out what it is, and you're like, okay, cool, I can buy this little piece from I was lucky that I could find it on Amazon. So I did not buy an OEM piece. I bought it from a company called Euro that kind of remanufactures these things. Good quality. I got it overnighted to me for $25. I could have gotten the OEM version of that for $50 on eBay, but I'd have to wait a week to get it. So, you go ahead and you get the parts, and then you figure out how to put it on, and then of course there's four screws. One of them kind of strips, and you have to figure out how to deal with that. But everything kind of just takes time. It just takes time to get it going. So yeah, you add all that up, and if you're using this as a daily driver, I don't know about you, I don't have time to be like sit home for 2 or 3 days and not drive the kids to school or go to Target or do all this running around I need to do. So yeah, so I think you cannot drive one of these as a daily driver unless you have that flexibility and time. That's where you can buy 2 of these. So that was my idea. So that's why I'm going to buy a second car. Now, of course, my wife and other people are like, why are you going to buy a second older car? I'm like, well, A, they're cool. And B, if I was going to buy a newer car, I wouldn't have sold my other S-Class. I had a newer S-Class that I sold to start getting older Mercedes. I wouldn't have sold that. I would have kept it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get the 2, and most likely they're not going to have things going wrong at the same time. So I did get this week delivered a W116 1976 super cool car. Runs great, carburetor, everything is cool on it. clean the seats out, clean the car out, 54,000 miles, 53,000 miles. The problem is, in the back seat, there's one shoulder belt, and then there's a center lap belt, and then there's another shoulder belt. The other shoulder belt does not have any place to hook into. So I have to figure that out. Can I buy another little lap belt? Yeah, they're not that much money. I can buy an OEM one, once again, off of eBay. Or a lot of these parts Mercedes will still make, but you gotta wait to get it now. It's not like, previous to this, you'd go down to the dealership and they'd have it on the shelf. Yeah, you can get an OEM Mercedes part from Mercedes, but let's say we gotta wait 3, 4, 5 days for it. And then you have to, figure out how to install it. So for now, on the 116, I just have my son in the front seat because there's no airbags I can be concerned with, and we live very close, so I'm not taking them on the expressway. So I put one kid in the back seat, one kid in the front seat, drive the back roads, which I'll talk about more in another video too, and yeah, do that while you're fixing the door on the other car, and then when the door on the other car is fixed, then we'll spend the time fixing the seatbelt in the other one. So yeah, it just takes a little bit of time. But it's a commitment keeping these cars on the road. It's not like, your other, a newer car, you just get it and drive it every day, and then it's like you turn your lease in, or you turn the, sell it back to the dealership. It's a commitment. There's always, it seems like every time I look at the car, I need a light bulb, or I need this, and these parts are relatively inexpensive, and over time, you'll learn how to fix them. There's a lot of resources out there. But yeah, you can do it, but I'm telling you, I think life is a lot easier if you bought 2 of them. And the other thing you'll find is, a lot of these cars that you look at on eBay or, Marketplace or whatever, they have a lot of stuff wrong with them because people have just let the maintenance go on these things. So, what's my next thing on my 116? I think I noticed the latch for the moving the seat up and down was broken, so I have to figure out how to fix that. But there's a lot of solutions, a lot of resources, a lot of great organizations out there that are willing to kind of help you out, keep it on the road, and you can do it. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not an expert at these things. I'm fairly handy, but I think the biggest piece is I'm not scared to get into it. I'm not scared to change it, to make corrections on it. Give you another quick tip. My 126, the 300 SEL, has been running rough, and it's like had it in the shop, they couldn't fix it, and so I'm like, maybe it's the fuel filter. I don't know how to change a fuel filter, but I found a website that a guy will sell you the fuel filter and instructions how to change the fuel filter. So it's like, $30 delivered to my house. So that'll be another thing I'm working on. So yeah, you can find the resources and you can really do this, but it's a commitment. It's not, if you're thinking that you're going to get out every day and just jump in the car and drive it, I guess you can. I don't think it'll have a lot of longevity. And I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But yeah, so you can do it. You don't need extra storage space. You can buy extra storage space. You don't need to be a mechanic. You can have other people help out. You can buy resources online, and people will sell you videos of how to repair things. But yeah, you can totally do it. But I think you have to go in with the right mindset of it. You're not going to get in, because that's what I thought. I thought I was going to get in this car and it's going to be like well maintained by some older guy, and it's like, wow, the good old days of classic cars, and they run well. No, that's not the case. I had a well-maintained single owner car from an older guy that's owned it his whole life. All kinds of stuff still. So far nothing major, which is good, but you are going to be doing work on it. And I think that if you are dependent on having a mechanic to do it, you're going to spend some money and you're going to spend some time on it. So I don't know. Enjoy it. Watch the video. I hope that I can help in any way that I can. But the takeaway, like I said, is you can totally do this. You can drive one of these cars, and they are fun to drive, and they are cool to drive, and you'll be surprised every time you go out that people will stop you because they love the car. They think it's so cool, and everyone wants to do it, but no one has the guts to do it. Or not a lot of people have the guts to do it, but hopefully you'll have the guts because you're watching this video. Once again, thank you very much, and subscribe, and I will try to keep making these once a week. just to kind of catch everybody up. So enjoy. Bye.